you know, to have him in the lineup, it's like it's security.
Jamir Watkins is a scoring machine, and he leads the conference in going to the free throw line. So look for Watkins to shoot a lot of free throws. First in that, and first in free throws made. This is the freshman, Daquan Davis, who will run the show, number 5. Rare freshman starting for Leonard Hamilton. Watkins into the center. Ewan. 3 pump fakes and kicks it back out. Shot clock down to 5 on this first possession. Tough shot by Watkins, doesn't go, and Mady Sissoko with the rebound.
Yeah, good opening possession by the Bears. Good defense in the post, and a very nice job of challenging shot on the perimeter.
Foul will start Wilkinson, the former sub, Campbell, Blacksher, Petraitis, the transfer from the Air Force Academy, and Sissoko, one of the best rebounders in the conference. Blacksher with 2 on the shot clock, blocked by Davis. Wilkinson throws it up, but it's a shot clock violation.
Well, and here's FSU matching the defensive prowess. That's a really good opening possession as well. You know, you've got to keep Cal in front of you, and FSU has worked hard at that at both their practices last night and today at shoot-around.
We mentioned Watkins and Davis, Taylor Bowen, Malik Ewins, the center, Justin Thomas starting, normally a reserve, but Chandler Jackson is not playing. He's got a groin injury. So Justin Thomas from Baton Rouge, Louisiana gets the start. Ewan with a nice tip, and Florida State's on the board first.
Yeah, and Cal's got to watch out for the offensive glass, because that's what FSU can do. They can pound you on the glass, so they've got a secure defensive rebound.
Wilkinson, the lefty, to Blacksher. Former Grand Canyon standout, kicks it out. Campbell no good, Sissoko had it, lost it. Inside to Ball Bowen, who is fouled by Blacksher.
That's good strategy by Florida State, Dave. They're trying to go inside. They've got a mismatch there with the shorter Blacksher trying to guard perimeter players who are giving away about 4 or 5 inches. So look for that matchup to continue.
Mark Madsen told us, obviously a huge loss not having Stojakovic, but he said the way Florida State switches 1 through 5, it's not really going to change how they run their offense.
No, that's the good news. But, you know, it's always tough to replace a guy that's your leading scorer, because he's done it every night for you.
Malik Ewan inside, spinning on Sissoko and off the glass.
Yeah, I don't know how he got that angle. I thought Mady Sissoko did a really nice job creating no angle to the basket, but that was just a great backside pickup and shot made.
Campbell with the floater. Cal's on the board.
Now, Cal can get that because FSU is going to get out there in the passing lanes. They're going to gamble sometimes. And if you can just stay solid, you can get some shots.
Watkins first 2. The 6'2" Knowles. Mentioned won 4 of the last 5 conference games. Play about 10 or 11 deep. Leonard Hamilton has used as many people as anyone in the ACC. Shot looked like it got blocked, but Wilkinson somehow got it to go.
He always gets to the rim, Dave. That's one of the things he does so well. He can shoot it, but he can drive you and really can finish you too. He's got great lift, great explosion, and great change of pace, speed.
Wilkinson called for the foul, so.
Now you can see when Wilkinson's got the ball in his off hands, he just creates a little space. He can use either hand, and he finishes.
Well, Bowen had the block and kind of just missed it, went underneath it.
Yeah.
Watkins rises off. Each team using a lot of clock, coach, on their possessions.
Yeah, they do.
Is that by design, or the D is just that good?
I personally think it's a defense. They're forcing you to do things you normally don't want to do.
I mean, then a turnover with 4 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, because as you mentioned, Dave, that's a short clock.
Sissoko breaks up the alley-oop. Now Cal has numbers. Rytis Petraitis, and he lays it in.
Good possession for Cal. They get out in the break, and you've got to do this against Florida State. You know, if you can get some fast break opportunities, you can get to them before the defense sets. Tied
at 6. Sissoko blocks Watkins. Watkins runs it down. To a cutting ball, Bowen, who got blocked. Sissoko's already got a couple. And out of bounds, ball goes to Cal. We'll take our first timeout. How about defense leading the offense? Cal Bears were down early, but you know what? If you protect the rim, good things will happen. They do that. Sissoko on one end, and Rytis Petraitis. Split North Carolina. He didn't play great, and Cal still won at NC State without him playing terrific.
No, and they're fortunate they have a young man by the name of Jeremiah Wilkinson, who's not just your normal freshman. He can play. And he's getting the nod tonight, and he'll be just fine because he gets it done pretty much on a nightly basis.
Yeah, almost 12 points a game off the bench, and now making his first career start. That's him with the ball, 0. Joshua Ola-Joseph into the game and into the scorebook.
Yeah, he plays well. I tell you, at home, he really has a comfort level, but he knocks down the 3. He does that really, really well, and his teammates look for him.
Well, he started 10 games, plays a lot of minutes. And super great athlete, brought him off the bench, and he's done very well coming off the bench for Mark Madsen. And there he gets a steal.
Yeah, great double team. They knew there was a mismatch there, and they doubled.
What a catch by Sissoko.
Wow, what a rim run. Two-hand catch, textbook, and finish at the rim.
9-0 run for the Bears. Ewan guarded well. Tough shot, no good. And Sissoko and Petraitis both get it. Sissoko gets the rebound. Already has 3 blocks, does Big Mady.
Very underrated defender, Dave. He plays well. He uses his body, bodies you up. He doesn't foul you a lot, but he makes it hard to go over the top. And as you mentioned, he can block some shots.
Leonard Hamilton needs just 4 wins for 200 career ACC wins. It's in his 23rd season at Florida State.
Yeah, just a remarkable job for the Seminoles. Just his career has been storied.
Wilkinson going right at traffic and laying it in.
Yeah, he makes it look easy, Dave. He gets in traffic, as you mentioned, but he's able to elevate. He's strong. He does not mind contact. You've got to play him all the way through. May even need a second defender to come at him.
It's an 11-0 run by Cal. Another board by Sissoko. Turnover there, and here come the Seminoles. Davis, the freshman, lost the ball. Wilkinson, the freshman, finds Ola-Joseph, who reverses it. 13-0 run, and Leonard Hamilton calls timeout.
Great surge by the Bears. They're getting it done on the defensive end, and they're converting offensively.
Cal has made 7 straight shots, and they now lead this game 15-6, playing well at home in the ACC. (15-6), Mark Madsen's club beating Florida State early on in his second year. Former 2-time All-American at Stanford.
Yeah, tell me about him. I had to face his butt a number of times, and what a competitor! And great to see him in coaching. He's made for coaching.
And now he's sitting in your old seat.
Yeah, he sure is. But I'll tell you, he's done a great job just getting his team program back. You know, you talk about having put together new lineups. The game's changed now with the portal and things are happening, but he's built his program, and that's a big win that his program came away with at North Carolina State. Huge win after a tough loss at North Carolina.
We mentioned Jamir Watkins' ability to get to the free throw line. He scored double figures in 15 straight games. He's tied a season high with 4 3-pointers versus Louisville, but he has attempted, Coach, 153 free throws, more than anyone in the conference, now 154, and he's made 116 more than anyone in the conference.
And you know what, Ed? 25 steals, 12 block shots, about a 4-to-1 assist to turnover. There's nothing this young man doesn't do, but unfortunately, they're 2 men down on their team. Leonard Hamilton having to go with a shorter bench. He's used to a longer bench, so it's going to put a lot more pressure on Jamir to step up and carry his team a little bit.
Why is he so good at getting to the foul line?
Well, he's strong, he's angular, and change of direction. So many players need to learn from players that can do that. When you change directions, change speed with the ball, great things happen. Don't want to play at one speed.
Speaking of changing directions, how about the freshman Jeremiah Wilkinson?
Show and go, show and go. I mean, he plays at different speeds. It's just really a pleasure to watch.
Watkins from deep, that's a 3.
Well, he's going to have to do that, Dave. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the luxury of playing Mr. Unselfish tonight. He's going to have to put some points up for his team, which he can do.
Wilkinson was 6 already in his first career start. Christian Tucker's into the game, that's 22. His first shot, he tried to dunk it, no good. Mahoney got it, he's got it blocked by Bolt Bowen.
How about a block dunk and a block point-blank shot by the Seminoles?
Now Mahoney for 3, no good.
A great possession for the Seminoles, they needed that.
Ewan, that looked easy.
Well, they can do that. They get up and down the floor, and if you're the Bears, you can't celebrate on makes. You've got to get that back with all your numbers and get the ball stopped.
Boston Holtz in off the bench. He's number 3, guarding Wilkinson, trying to slow the freshman down, but now they switch him off. Wilkinson left open on the switch, off the mark. Watkins with a rebound. So we'll take a timeout. Watkins is going to be a scoring machine if Florida State's going to stay in it, at least according to Coach Braun. And this worked. Mady Sissoko has given the Bears a big boost.
A huge boost. Dave, watch what he does, his impact on the game. I mean, he's at the rim, get that out of here. He's playing great defense. He gets to get that out of there. And now he rim runs. I mean, he just beats everybody down the floor and puts his head down and just gets it done. I mean, watch him here. He's the last man under the basket. And now he gets out and just motors. I mean, coaches love this, Dave. Just motors down the floor, makes a beeline to the rim, catches, over the top, finish. I mean, that's textbook basketball.
3 rebounds, 3 blocks. And Toyafunga Mali has been a great inspiration to the people in his home village. More on that later, but now gets a break, and Lee Dort, part of the 2-headed monster that plays the 5-man for Madsen, and Sissoko gets a breather. The runner is good, and Jerry Dang is on the board for Florida State, 17-14.
And he can score. That was designed play coming out of the timeout. Great execution by the Seminoles. If you're Cal now, you got to beware of the press, because the Seminoles will extend full court. They're going to try to get you if you're lazy with the ball, or just get you on a short clock, so you have to handle pressure.
They make it uncomfortable for you to handle the ball, and it's so uncomfortable that Mark Madsen wants a timeout.
You know, and I like that about Coach Madsen. I mean, you say, well, use that timeout. You know, you haven't even gotten it in and haven't had any problems so far. But you got to do what you got to do. So you talk about it, even if you don't want to use a timeout.
We'll be right back in 30 seconds. Florida State on a mini run of their own, 7-0 to make it a 3-point game, and now a little pressure. See if the timeout by Madsen worked it out. Campbell gets it across the timeout.
Yeah, they're more of a man-to-man pressure team, not zone team, but you got to be careful. They get their hands in the passing lanes.
Mahoney backdoor, had nowhere to shoot it. Ola Joseph open for three.
He had nowhere to shoot it, but Joseph was Johnny on the spot. Spots up where he should be, in the corner, and knocks it down.
Shot 2 threes, made 2 threes, and Cal's up by 6. Thomas lobs it up to Ewan, who caught it, reversed it. He's got good hands with the spin.
Great hands. Not only does he catch, Dave, he finishes, he puts the right angle, and English, as they say, on the ball. He uses the backboard. It's your best friend sometimes.
Campbell looking for Dort, couldn't find him, so keeps it himself. Floats in the air, no good. Lee Dort with the rebound, misses the putback to Mahoney. Ola Joseph. Now Mahoney going right at Ewan. Lee Dort got in his way.
Yeah, he was trying to set a screen, but he ended up becoming interference. Now they got a real short clock, about 6 seconds left. Not a lot of time here for a play. You're going to have to get it in a guard's hands and drive it, or throw directly into the block. Good job by the Seminoles.
Leonard Hamilton, we mentioned, in his 23rd season.
Yeah, Coach Ham, he's gotten it done. I mean, everywhere he's been, his teams have won.
Blackshear's got to shoot it. Wilkinson does, has it blocked. Justin Thomas with a great defense.
You see the Seminoles trying to get in the lane against Cal.
Dang for 3. Perfect.
Yeah, he can shoot it. He flat out can shoot it. Leonard Hamilton loves this young man and talks about his ability to knock down threes.
A 1-point game. Favor the Bears.
Yeah, the Seminoles have done a great job.
The pressure is bothering Cal. They got to get it over half court. They do. Now they got numbers. Boy, Coach, Florida State just makes you do things you don't want to do.
No, that's how they play, Dave. And Leonard Hamilton's trademark and his coaching staff, that's what they do. They just try to take you out of your comfort zone, make your entry passes a little further on the floor, get you out of your operational areas.
Blackshear fouled on the 3-point shot. And Javon Blackshear will go to the free throw line and shoot 3.
Yeah, that's just an undisciplined play. I know Coach Ham not happy about that. You know, young players will do that, but you got to just challenge up. You'd rather see a player make a 3 than go to the free throw lines. And it's just, you know, that's just a cardinal rule when you're playing defense. You don't get in, you know, you challenge up. That was more of a challenge out. Big difference.
Hey, a reminder, we got a full slate of college basketball lined up for you on Saturday, February 1st. It all tips off at 2 p.m. Eastern with Florida State taking on Boston College, followed by Virginia Tech versus Virginia, and then we'll cap it off with Stanford battling SMU at Sims. All right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
You know, Dave, even with Stojakovic out, you can see the Bears are freely substituting. They still believe in their depth, and that's going to be a factor in this game because Florida State's down 2 men.
Blackshear misses both, but Petraitis, the birthday boy, turned 22 today with the offensive rebound.
Man, why not?
Campbell blocked. Petraitis, quick flick, no good. Sissoko had a chance at it. Here comes Holt. Lobbing it up, but Maluk couldn't get it.
And who else was there?
Sissoko.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wilkinson, what a shot!
He's lethal in transition, Dave. You better get him stopped early, not late.
He uses his body to block the defender in a way well beyond his years. Dang, hit one. Now he's got another.
Nah, you got to get out on him. He gets his rhythm. You're in trouble. Yeah, Jeremiah Wilkinson always probing. I really like what he does with the ball. He puts pressure on you.
He's got 8 right now to lead all scores.
Again, you see Florida State getting out in the passing lanes. Had a timeout coming, but both teams have a couple things to talk about. How about the defense, Dave? Take a look at the defense by Cal. He gets it started on the defensive end, and you got Mady Sissoko just going up and denying. And then who do you have on the other end? The freshman, Jeremiah Wilkinson, on the finish for 2. You got to chuckle out of that one. He knows how good the weather's been, but you know, Houston's the same way right now. They're down, they're out, closed school for 2-3 days. The warm weather cities, Dave, aren't used to snow. You know, you grew up East Coast, me Midwest. We're a little different, but it can really waylay you.
Knowles came out here Monday, so they got out here ahead of the snow. And the weather out here in Northern California has been very nice. Cool in the morning.
Absolutely.
Up to 65, sunny in the afternoon. This guy has been hot all day, Wilkinson. Campbell's got to shoot it. There's 1 on the clock. Finally realizes it. No good. And Petraitis had a shot at it.
Almost.
Watkins almost lost the handle. Got it back. Holt comes off the screen and is wide open, but left it short.
Yeah, pulled the string a little bit. You couldn't believe how open he was.
Petraitis, nice pass. Sissoko for the dunk.
Rytis Petraitis getting it done to his big fella who's having himself a game.
Petraitis' birthday is supposed to be getting the gifts, not giving them.
Well, gift that keeps on giving, but he's doing it. How about that?
Maluk somehow snuck it in.
Yeah, the Seminoles aren't going away, Dave. You're going to have to get some stops of your own if you're Cal. Cal's playing awfully well offensively, but you're going to have to do something just to really, you know, make the Seminoles feel you a little bit.
Campbell getting pressure from Watkins, who dives on the floor. And they're going to call a foul on Watkins.
Well, I like the effort. I know you get the foul call here, but I just love the effort of Watkins. You know, their star player. You know, he's getting up a little slow, but let me tell you, he's sending a message, Dave.
Speaking of sending a message, Sissoko is really sending a message today.
He's capable. You know, he's a guy early in the year that the Bears were very high on, and he's not going to give you big numbers, but he impacts the game in so many ways. I mean, that's what he does. I mean, he runs the floor. If you're playing with him, you know he's going to get ahead of you on the break, and so keep your head up and look for the big fella. I think he could do that more often. Got great hands, great feet, and he finishes. And what has he been doing defensively? Blocking shots and making it really tough. So, you know, if you're the Bears, you got to keep your eyes on Mady Sissoko and keep feeding.
It was not a huge window, and Petraitis threaded the needle perfectly.
And now they're at the monitor checking on something, Dave. I'm not sure if it was on the last play. It looks like a clock issue. I think both teams playing at a pretty frenetic pace, but been an interesting game. You know, the Bears obviously shorthanded in terms of their star player out, and now you've got the Seminoles who are down 2 players, and that's been a straight mark their depth. So both teams having to make some adjustments. And you know, we joked about this at shoot-around, Dave. I made this point that the players don't care.
Right.
You got players out, coaches, the media, everybody makes a big deal like a guy's been out. If you're a player on a team, you look for those opportunities. You don't want to wish any ill on somebody, but
no.
You just want a chance to play.
So they added about 6 seconds to the clock, made it 6:45, and now we're back underway with the Bears, who've made 7 of their last 8 field goal attempts.
Yeah, you can see the Seminoles, they're trying to push the Bears out on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, any more, they're going to be on Coach Ben Braun's lap. Wilkinson no good, and Sissoko bumped into Bull Bowen.
Yeah, you know, you made the point earlier, David, about the Seminoles and that they're a team that plays differently. And what do they do? What does that mean? They get out there, they deny passes, they keep you out in the perimeter, they try to keep you out of where you're trying to go. And if you're a team that plays against them, you've got to be strong with the basketball, and you got to try to stay aggressive.
And they play. Oh, did you see that? Watkins just slapped the hand of Ola Joseph off him. It was a good job by Crawford not calling anything, but
he's a tough kid. Both kids pretty tough.
Physicality there. There's a turnover. Here comes Blacksher. Javon Blacksher lays it up. No good. Petraitis trailing.
Now that was a birthday tip. There's the gift. And if you're Rytis Petraitis, you know, you make him about 2 or 3 of those plays a game. That's what he does.
No one plays harder than the former Air Force Academy standout.
A tremendous addition to the Bears program.
Davis won't go. Thomas, great offensive rebound, kicks it back to the freshman Davis. Ball Bowen for 3. Out of bounds off the Knowles, and Cal will get it.
Yeah, a couple good looks for Florida State. Bears were fortunate there, but they've now got to solve this press and stay aggressive offensively.
Bears coming off their first road ACC win. That happened Saturday at Raleigh at NC State.
Yeah, huge win.
Blacksher jumped up, left his pivot foot, and that is a travel.
And again, Dave, that's Florida State. That's what they do. They're long in every position. They challenge you, and so you got to stay glued, stay grounded.
Davis waves off the screen by Ewan. Now they go the other way, back to Watkins. Watkins rises, and Jamir Watkins with another hoop.
Yeah, has something to say a little bit to the Cal bench, just to like, I'm back, I'm here. You better get somebody to check me. Very confident young man. Personally, I like it. You got to stay confident, especially when you're on the road.
Watkins has 8. And now reach-in foul on Malik Ewan.
I don't know if I'd be saying that to Mark Madsen, though. There's a whole bunch of guys I'd say to. Mad Dog is not sure I want to get him.
I mean, do you want to yell at someone whose nickname is Mad Dog?
No, he's a pretty tough guy. He's one of the fiercest competitors I've ever coached against, but as you know, one of the better guys in this business, better human beings.
Davis and Blacksher, that's 2 tough guys. Now Thomas switches off to Blacksher. Shot clock down to 7. Wilkins, the freshman, has to go. Shoots the 3 after pushing off, no good. Petraitis tips it alive. Here comes Watkins. Has ball Bowen, and ball Bowen with the finish.
And how about the look from Watkins, Dave? That's a great poised assist on the break.
Tied at 27. Petraitis left alone in the corner. Nothing but a foul underneath as Sissoko had good position and drew the foul on Florida State. So we'll take another TV timeout. Florida State has come back. Cal had a run, and Florida State had a run, and I think both teams saying it's going to be a tight game throughout. The nice dish, and Paul Bowen with the finish. To retire my screen.
Yeah, I was going to go there too, Dave. There's no mystery where that came from. Coaches aren't going to get you get out there and do that. You're 6'10".
Yeah. Later on in the show is the steal, Daquan Davis, and the freshman lays it in. We'll show a graphic of great 6'10" skiers. It'll be a short graphic.
Yes, it will.
It'll feature Bull Bowen.
That's a pretty unique story from Vermont. But there's the Bears now turning it over on an out-of-bounds under, out of a timeout, uncharacteristic. You don't want to do that. Now you got the Seminoles taking their first lead, Dave.
Campbell spinning on Thomas. Cal's gone late into the shot clock every possession. That jumper by Wilkinson off, Bull Bowen up high for the rebound. Nice defense by Wilkinson, who's doing it on both ends.
Well, he has to, because he's given up about 7 or 8 inches down there on the block. Florida State has some long players in their roster, and they're playing them.
Dang to inbound it. Thomas all the way, can't get it to go. Sissoko with another rebound. Wilkinson, the lefty, spots up, no good. Thomas left alone. Wilkinson with a rebound. He's doing everything. And drives past everybody and missed the layup and the late whistle, but he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Yeah, and there's the body control, Dave, you were talking about earlier. He does have that. He gets into you. He's got a guy that's a foot taller, but he goes up and he just waits for you to kind of come down, and then he finds a way to get in your body and gets 2 free throws.
So Jeremiah Wilkinson, who's got 8 points, 4 of 10 from the field, has not shot a free throw yet. Super sub off the bench, but made his first start today and making the most of it. Hey, a reminder, Sunday afternoon, do not miss our next ACC gymnastics meet as 15th ranked Stanford squares off against 25th ranked Pitt at Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Our coverage begins at 4 Eastern on the ACC network and the ESPN app. We mentioned, Coach, Wilkinson's 11.7, ranked second nationally off the bench for people who had not started. Well, that stat no longer applies. He's a starter now as Bo Bowen traveled.
Yeah, that's a big stat. I think, you give up the streak if you need a guy to step up for you. But that was a pretty interesting stat. And now Jeremiah Wilkinson's getting an opportunity to start. He's good enough to start, really, Dave. But sometimes coaches just like you to come off the bench and produce and don't want to change, your format.
And it's funny, even though the entire world knows he's left-handed, he still gets around you to the left.
No, but he can use either hand. And that's the beauty of players who are ambidextrous and work.
Ola Joseph has been hot from deep and continues to be.
He just knocks it down, plays with a great comfort at home.
He has 11 and has not missed a field goal. He's 4 for 4.
Now, fans aren't going to like the call here on the near side. They thought Mark Madsen saying, look, I don't think he got any help. I think he fell down. And obviously, Clarence Armstrong saw it a little different. But you look at Ola Joseph, Dave, I mean, when he spots up, he's got range, he's got size, so you got to get out there, but he can shoot over the top of you, and he's got a really good stroke. He's really knocked the shot down for the Bears this year.
2 fouls on Wilkinson, and he takes a seat. You don't want him picking up another foul with 2 minutes left.
No, you got to sit.
Davis, the freshman, delivers.
Yeah, I like that. That's just a simple take what the defense gives you, and he knocked it down. Big basket.
A 1-point Cal Bear lead.
Yeah, if you're the Seminoles now, you don't want to get down going to halftime. You battle back. You want to try to keep things even or maybe sneak a lead.
Petraitis baseline. Leaves it for Lee Dort. Lee Dort blocked from behind, but they will call the foul on Alir Malouk.
Well, maybe not a bad foul. Lee Dort had a really solid year, but he's at times struggled from the line. But you can see he's really good around the basket. And look at the drop-off by Rytis Petraitis. You just got to love playing with him. And he just gets up there and, pretty good defense, I thought. But Lee Dort's been working pretty hard on his free throws as of late. See if I don't jinx him. Friendly roll on the back rim there. People always ask me of the.
So Ewan and Watkins both with 2 fouls, Coach, which is, 140 left. They're not going to pick up a third. They're not playing.
No,
there,
and I think
something that he's got to watch, right?
Yeah, I think that's smart. I really do.
Petraitis, the hustle guy on his birthday.
Does what he does. Just keeps the possession alive. Does it all the time.
Ola Joseph has not missed yet. Petraitis out hustling everybody. Missed the easy one. Next effort, good. Rytis Petraitis.
Not to be denied. His second effort, third effort. That's who he is.
Cal up by 4, closing in on the first minute in the first half. And Petraitis with a rebound. Blackshear, body control, no good. Petraitis. He made that happen to Campbell. Blackshear no good, and a foul against Cal.
That would have brought the house down, Dave. He hits that and giving the Bears a really nice cushion going into the locker room. All because, as you mentioned, Rytis Petraitis. I mean, my goodness, he's everywhere.
Petraitis has 6 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, how about that? That's outrageous. He's feeling it. He must know it's his birthday. Since my day, but you
Played
know,
at the Air Force Academy where he had to get up every morning at 5:30 a.m.
He's so
and was graded on how well he made his bed.
Yeah, I would have flunked that test on two counts.
You would still flunk that test.
Yeah. The early rise and the made bed.
Yeah, you'd flunk it twice.
Yeah. Well, if you're the Seminoles now, you're going to take a little bit of time. You're going to let Cal come back, you know, and they're going to have some time left, but you would need to get a good one.
Ball Bowen. Second effort is good.
Yeah, big basket. Now, if you're the Bears, you got to come back down the floor, not turn it over. You're going to get the last shot and see if you can extend this lead. Maybe stretch it out to at least a double-digit lead now.
Barring a disaster, Cal will lead at the half. Campbell spinning, finds an opening. Didn't go, but the tip by Lee Dort is good right at the buzzer.
Huge tip by Lee Dort. That's what he does. He's around the basket.
With the ball. First shot, no good. Ewan with the rebound for Florida State.
Well, I like Justin Thomas on Wilkinson because you're now putting a player who's, you know, got some range on him. That's a pretty good look.
Justin Thomas, a great defender from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Said most of his family watching today back in Louisiana. Watkins inside, got everybody up in the air and got a foul on Sissoko. Mady said, wait a minute, Ewan pushed me after the fact, but they're not going to call that. They will let Watkins go to the free throw line.
I think officials doing a good job here. They're not going to call it unless it's getting out of hand, but watch the move inside here. Look at the hop step there. That's a great move inside to draw the foul. Really good job of using that jump stop and explosion.
We mentioned that Watkins leads the entire ACC in free throw attempts and free throws made. By the way, 2 fouls, Coach, now on Mady Sissoko.
Yeah, and what's going to happen now, if you're Florida State, you're going to try to take advantage of that, but you'd like to get him out of the game. He's been a force for the Bears.
He is. You will mention that there's a capable replacement in Lee Dort, but Mady's certainly having a very good game so far. Two-point game. Cal with the lead and the ball.
You'll see Florida State switching 1 through 5. They're pretty much can play the ball no matter who they are. They switch up on you.
Wilkinson fires for 3. And the freshman continues to be hot.
You have to get out on Jeremiah Wilkinson. That's not a challenge. You're just too far. I mean, he's not going to respect that. He will knock it down, and he did.
After all he's done, but that's his first 3 of the game.
Well, he can do that, but he's been such a good driver.
Ewan can't get it to go, but Ball Bowen with the offensive rebound. Thomas left alone, off the mark, and Petraitis with a board, but Ball Bowen stole it. Goes to Ewan. Ewan misses the lay-in. Petraitis with a rebound.
There's 2 point-blank shots by the Seminoles.
Sissoko running the floor. Euro step, count it.
Unbelievable. The catch, the finish. Sissoko.
And Petraitis knocked it out of bounds off Davis, but they say it went off Petraitis. Seminoles keep it.
Yeah, might be lucky it's not the last 2 minutes of the game. They could have reviewed that. Might have gone
It
different
looked
direction.
like it did, didn't it?
Sure did. But how about Sissoko just running the floor again? I mean, he's getting up and down the floor, rim running and finishing.
Davis back out to Thomas. Back to the freshman. Now to the leading scorer, Watkins. Watkins inside, gets a man in the air, misses. Ewan keeps it alive. Fresh 20. Ball Bowen left for an easy dunk.
Yeah, unselfish play. Great look by Malik Ewan. That's just an unselfish play. Nice job.
Now DJ Campbell pushing it and draws the foul on Watkins. And that's going to be 3 fouls on Jamir Watkins.
Well, let's look at the last basket by Florida State. I mean, you can see in here the ability to keep the ball alive on the glass, and then just the drop down for the easy two.
And right now, Ben, Leonard Hamilton and his assistant Stan Jones are discussing, do you keep Jamir Watkins in there? Jamir Watkins, he has 3 fouls.
Well, if the game's close, you might. If it's starting to slip away, you've got to play him. That's been the formula, at least over the years, that most coaches would use.
Blackshear, no good. And Petraitis called from behind.
Yeah, he does what he does. He's a pest. And he's not going to stop being a pest, even if it's his birthday. He's going to go out and be who he is. But, you know, you mentioned an interesting thing, because as a coach, what do you do with 3 fouls? Because you put him in and you leave him in, he gets 4. That really puts you, you know, behind the 8 ball. But if you take him out, your team can go nosedive.
Right now, he is in and playing. Malik Ewan going right at Sissoko. And another rebound by Mady.
Not easy to go over the top of Sissoko. He does a great job establishing post defensive presence.
Bowen blocked it. Petraitis cleans it up.
Why not, Dave? It's only his birthday. Let him go get one, big fella. Go throw it down.
44-37 Cal. Daquan Davis with the runner.
Now you see the Seminoles, they're not going away, Dave. You're going to have to stop them. But Cal's been pretty good offensively.
Blackshear for 3. Sissoko tried to tip it. Bowen came down with it. Watkins lays it in.
That answers the question, Dave, why you keep him in. You need him on the floor. How about that for a basket? Bullied his way inside with his body.
1 possession game. Florida State's won 4 of their last 5 conference games. Cal coming off the big win at NC State for their first ever ACC road victory. Campbell spinning. Got it back.
Yeah, Seminoles having trouble securing some of the defensive rebounds. Cal really pesky on the glass.
And a foul on Taylor Bowen. And that'll take us to our first media timeout in the second half. Rytis Petraitis is 22 years old today. Played at Air Force, came here. No one hustles or plays harder. In fact, he's already got 7 offensive rebounds, all by himself. But the main man for Florida State is Watkins, and the Seminoles are only down 3.
Way, and so it's a time to step up when people need you. You've seen some great stories, and you know the same thing's going on down in some of the bad areas in the United States weather-wise. You just got to step up during tough times.
Cal inbounding under their own hoop, and they find Wilkinson, and Jeremiah delivers again, his second 3.
Well, how about that play call by Mark Madsen for the wide open 3 off in corner there? I mean, that's just a great look, and he knew who to get it to, Wilkinson.
Wilkinson leads everybody with 16, but Watkins comes right back.
Now, he won't let him separate, Dave. He's that good a competitor. I mean, Cal's trying to pull away on a normal day. Cal maybe he's up double digits. Watkins says, no, not tonight. I got something to say about it, and he's doing it.
And that's why you called it right, Coach. That's why he's staying in with 3 fouls. You need his offense.
Yeah, he's too good.
Petraitis cuts back door, reverses it, no good. Sissoko had a shot at it. Up ahead to Ewan. lays it in.
Yeah, there's a rim run, too. They've been looking for that all game. They finally got it. And don't look now, Dave, it's a 2-point game.
Campbell pulls it back out. Petraitis blocked by Bol Bowling. Sissoko tried to dunk it and drew the foul.
That's how good Mady Sissoko's been tonight, Dave. Every time Cal, you think they're going to walk away and not get a score, he's there on an offensive rebound. He's there securing the ball, getting to the foul line. He's put his imprint on this game. I mean, he's pursuing the basketball. That's what good players do. Shot goes up, he gets great inside position, goes up, keeps it up, doesn't tip the ball, draws the foul.
3 fouls on Malik Ewing. Sissoko's a great story, Coach. He was given a student visa, so he's not allowed to profit from NIL. When he was at Michigan State, he started a non-profit to build an elementary school in his hometown of Tangafoya. Before that, you had to walk 2 hours there and back. There was no school near him. Then he established a well to bring in clean water, and now a hospital where pregnant women can be treated, all right in his hometown of Tangafoya. I say hometown, I said that to him. He goes, it's not a town, it is a village.
Yep.
And when Mady goes back there, he is a hero, and rightfully so.
Yeah, great story, great kid. I mean, and I've gotten to know him throughout this season. He's special.
49-45 Cal.
Cal looking like they're going to play a little zone. How about this for a change of pace?
Maybe that'll slow down Watkins, who has 14 for the Noles. Dang with a long 3, no good. Sissoko another board.
Yeah, I like the zone D.
Petraitis up ahead, tried to get it to Ola Joseph, stolen by Watkins. Watkins lays it in on the other end, and now he has 16.
Now he makes it look so easy, Dave. He's got the ball in transition, just keeps the head up, keeps the ball in a string, and finishes.
And you called it, Coach. He is not letting the Seminoles get too far separated. Blackshear blocked from behind. Sissoko offensive glass. And a foul underneath.
Yeah, those are hustle plays by Sissoko, but you know, Watkins he's a big-time player. He's done that. We talked about 34, double-figure games out of 35 last games played. I mean, he's not going to let his team go down, and he's a competitor, he's a fighter, and if you're Cal, you've got to find a way maybe to put a second defender on him. He's that good.
4 fouls on Malik Ewing, who now has to sit.
Yeah, that's significant.
Luke comes back in.
A lot of basketball. Official handed the ball to Blackshear, wasn't ready. Javon wasn't ready for it. And said, "Look, come on, I got to tie my shoes." And
Coach, you ready for this stat? Cal has 19 offensive rebounds, 13 defensive rebounds.
No, that's incredible. That's getting it done. That's being aggressive.
Blackshear off the dribble. Goes right at the bigger men. Ball blocked. Here comes Dang. Ball catches it. Now Watkins in the corner.
He's going to try to isolate you if he can.
Offensive foul. And that'll be the 4th on Jamir Watkins. And now Leonard Hamilton will have some tough decisions.
Now that's a huge play. And guess who's involved once again? It draws the 4th foul, Rytis Petraitis. And really, I'm not sure that the position was there. It was the off arm that caused it, because Rytis was still moving, Dave, but the off arm created the separation.
So Watkins sits.
Yeah, good break for the Bears. That might have gone the other way, but the off arm was the determining factor.
So Watkins and Ewing both sitting with foul trouble. See if Cal can take advantage. Ola Joseph called for a carry.
Yeah, I think there was a hesitation. He rested in his hand. That's a carry. The hand gets under the ball and then moves without, dribbling it. So good call by the officials. Now Cal will go back to the zone. Christian Tucker in the ball game, veteran guard. 2-3 was effective last time.
With all the adversity, the Noles still hanging around, just down by 2. Dang left alone in the corner. The tip is good. Bol Bowling above everybody.
Yeah, big time offensive tip, Dave.
tied at 49.
Seminoles won't go away. I've been so impressed with their tenacity, being a couple guys down, now down Watkins, their leading scorer. They're still competing.
They're the second tallest team in the nation. They're using that height to their advantage.
Yeah, it's paid off. Bears have been good offensively, so Seminoles are still going to have to get some stops.
Only the Blue Devils taller in the nation and in the ACC. Ola Joseph, no good. Davis, the freshman, high up for the rebound. Daquan Davis draws the foul on Rytis Petraitis. So we'll take a break. But the Seminoles, 2 men in foul trouble, but still tied at 49. That has continued to be his strategy.
No, and I think it's a sound strategy. I mean, you can build in numbers, and Mark Madsen not too dissimilar in terms of his bench. He's playing without his leading scorer, and they're still producing, and they've got some guys that can play coming off the bench. So you got to do that as a coach.
Oh, a defensive lapse and the easy dunk for Florida State, and they take the lead.
I think there was some confusion. It appeared, Dave, between were they still in man or still in zone. I think some guys were in one and some guys were in the other. So unfortunately for the Bears, great break for the Seminoles.
Dang has 6. In the corner, Campbell answers with a 3. Cal retakes the lead.
Well, he can do that too. That's a big basket to to answer the bell there, because the Seminoles have a chance to extend the lead.
Ball Bowen. Maluk lost it, got it taken away. Lost it again. Here comes Wilkinson. What a pass to Ola Joseph! Counted in the dunk!
Dave, that's getting it done in transition. How about the presence of mind to drop off and the rim run? Watch this play on this end. Here it is. Look at that wrap around full court pass. It comes up to a streaking Ola Joseph. Wow. For the dunk and the harm and the foul.
That was the assist of the night. And to a right guy, Ola Joseph has made 5 of his 7 shots. He now has 14.
Now that, the Bears have had to do this because the Seminoles have been so pesky. They've had to come up with some big answers, and they have.
Ball Bowen too strong. And a tie-up. Arrow goes to Florida State.
Well, Mark Madsen not going to argue it. He just said, look, we got to be a little tougher with the ball. I like that.
Coach, how long do you leave Ewan and Watkins on the bench? Well, they each have 3 fouls.
You watch the score, Dave, but you also got to make sure they don't get cold and get stiff on the bench. You don't want them coming back and not being effective. So there's 2 factors you look at: the score and then just some time. You can't let them sit too long.
Holt, turnaround, good.
Well, I keep saying this, but the Seminoles, they won't go away, and Cal's given them every emotional play and shot that you'd think would have extended this lead.
Coach, I said 3 fouls. Obviously, they both have 4 fouls.
No, they're 4.
Yeah, 4 fouls. So you have to determine, when you're going to get him. Watkins has been their biggest offensive threat.
Well, he's not going to be there in eternity, that's for sure.
Ola Joseph. Lee Dort tips it in.
Yeah, he's had some big putbacks from Bears. One right before half, and that was huge.
18 and 14 points a game is what you're missing when you have Watkins and Ewan out of the lineup. And Coach, to your point, if you sit too long, you get rusty and lose your momentum. Dang misses. Dort clears out. Ball gets to Turner. Dang almost stole it. Wilkinson for three. Ball on the floor, bodies on the floor. And now a jump ball, and Cal will have this one.
Hey, you think these teams aren't hungry today? Everybody on the floor. Loose balls mean a lot, and these teams aren't afraid. These players aren't afraid to get after it. Great action. But you know, again, your question, I think you got to look at this. You got to look at this. But I mean, first of all, just look at the intensity. You know, both teams just not afraid to get down there, down and dirty, and you see everybody. Oh, Joseph on there getting the tie up, and that's a big basket for. I mean, a big possession for Cal to hold on to that possession.
See if we see Mady Sissoko back in this game soon. Has had a tremendous first half and early second half as the ball goes through Lee Dort's hands.
Yeah, I always had a philosophy. I don't throw it above their head. I throw it at their face because players are going to catch it if you throw it at their face. They'll catch it, Dave. I used to have that as one of my drills.
Is that true?
That's true. I just said throw as hard as you can right at their face. They'll catch those. The hands will go up. They won't drop those. They'll go through once, and then if it hits them in the head, Dave, they'll continue to. But you throw it over their head, that's what happens. Went right out of bounds. Not a bad philosophy. Huh?
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm sure your players loved you for that drill.
We did that every day.
Davis inside, tough shot, defended well, but Bull Bowen got an offensive glass. He loses it.
Yeah, it was a foul.
And a foul.
Yeah, good call. But again, it's the Seminoles just scrapping. I mean, they're making something out of nothing. And as you mentioned, 2 players down, starter with their leading assist guy out, Swinton out, and their 2 scorers out.
Hey, a reminder, on Monday night, don't miss our 2-hour special as the Huddle crew will reveal this season's ACC football schedule. They'll break down each team and they look at key weeks and specific matchups. Our coverage begins at 9 Eastern here on ACC Network and the ESPN app. Dang, spinning inside, he's double teamed. Double dribble, that's a turnover, and a nice job defensively by Cal.
No, great job because they had Blackshear in the hole there, having to guard a much taller player, giving away a foot in height. But the Bears did a great job of converging down, and they do that. They swarm the ball very well. Nice job.
Blackshear pulls up the 3. Ball was tipped, so it's way short, but Sissoko cleans it up. And another offensive board and hoop for Mady Sissoko.
Yeah, he's been around the basketball, around the rim all night long.
Sissoko has 10 points and 8 rebounds. Campbell missed it. Davis swatted by Sissoko. He's got 4 blocks. Campbell. Tucker to Petraitis. Petraitis is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, great look by Christian Tucker, the no look. Dropped it off. Petraitis going to the line.
This has been a physical game. Bodies flying everywhere. No team pulling away. Cal trying to, but Florida State won't go anywhere. Look out for that camera, Campbell. And you're not the only one. Rytis Petraitis now. 1 free throw away from his first career double-double. He's got 9 points and 10 rebounds on his 22nd birthday. There it is, double-double for number 31.
Yeah, what a great performance, and he's had to do that because the Seminoles, you know, they've stepped it up now. But Cal looks like they're going to go back here, just going to settle in, see if they can get some consecutive stops, which they'll need to put this team away.
Ewan is back in the game with 4 fouls. So is Watkins. Ewan misses. Watkins tips, no good. Sissoko with a board.
That's probably one of the easiest shots Jamir Watkins has missed. I mean, point blank, just got it up there too quickly.
Mady Sissoko 1 rebound away from a double-double. Blackshear pulls back. Petraitis, right place, right time again.
Yeah, it's double trouble down there. The Sissoko keeps it live. Petraitis, Johnny on the spot, grabs it, puts it in the basket.
Watkins, first shot coming off the bench, cold. Petraitis with 8 offensive rebounds for the Bears.
There's that double team inside.
Ball Bowen couldn't get it to go.
Now he hurried his shot because he had it in mismatch.
Blackshear, no good. Ball Bowen up high. Ball Bowen blocked by Sissoko. He's got 5 blocks.
I don't think that Sissoko's had a big a game all year as he's had tonight, Dave. He's been on fire.
Here comes Davis. Ewan tried to tip it. No, Ewan again got it. The lead is 8. Now Cal content to use a little clock, coach, on each possession.
Yeah, it's smart. You don't want to let Florida State get the rhythm and score without taking some time.
Campbell sliced in, did everything but lay it in. He drew the foul. DJ Campbell will go to the free throw line and shoot 2.
Well, and Cal can do that. They've got tremendous one-on-one players that can take you off the dribble. There's not really a guard in this lineup, guard or small forward, that can't beat you off the dribble. So it's hard. One of the hardest things in college basketball is containing the basketball. You almost need a second defender, and Cal's really good at in spreading you out and taking you. And by the way, that's something that Andrej Stojakovic has done all year. He's been one of the best effective drivers. But how about Cal's performance in the wake of Stojakovic being out? Their leading scorer not in, but they're still playing.
A reminder, on Sunday, we've got 3 great women's games lined up for you. 13th ranked UNC hosts Florida State at noon Eastern. Then BC takes on Wake Forest. And after the gymnastics meet between Stanford and Pitt at 4, we will wrap things up with 20th ranked NC State hosting Virginia Tech at 6 Eastern. All right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app.
Well, Dave, I've been impressed, as I said, with Florida State. They've stepped up. But I've been equally impressed with Cal because they've stepped up to match Florida State's effort.
Watkins, the left, no good. Sissoko, another rebound.
Well, he's been everywhere.
Another solid performance from Mady Sissoko, who has 10 points, 11 rebounds, and a career-high 5 blocks. The high archer by Blackshear.
He waited for all the defenders to go up in the air, come down, and the crafty Blackshear with the teardrop.
Cal with its largest lead. Timeout, Florida State. The California Golden Bears making a run without their leading scorer. Blackshear waiting for the whole world to come down, and then he goes up.
In and people thought he was overhyped. I don't think they've hyped him enough sometimes. He's got a great IQ, but he's skilled, he's tough, and I mean, watch what he does this year. He's already put his mark on college basketball.
Florida State is one of their last 13. You put any merit into it's pretty tough for an East Coast team to come all the way out here and play in these type of games?
I always think it's tougher for a West Coast team to play because of the time zone, but the point is, and your point is, though, David, you're right, this cross-country is never been seen before. It's the first time, really, in college basketball you've seen cross-country league matchups. It just doesn't happen. 3 time zones, guys playing, with borrowed sleep.
Ewan with an offensive board. Lays it in and gets fouled. And just what Leonard Hamilton wants, a hoop, a free throw, and a stopped clock.
Now that's a huge basket. Now can get down and again back to single digits. And Mark Madsen not happy about that missed opportunity to secure a rebound. But look at the Seminoles keeping alive. But you know, you talk about cross-country treks, and you know, you're going to see some teams and some players that are going to go through a lot just because of the time change and their sleeping habits. It's tough. It really is.
Third foul on Sissoko.
But they're pretty resilient, Dave. I remember, you know, you got to throw it out. It's the same for both teams generally.
Wilkinson going at the much bigger Ewan. Defended him well, trying not to pick up his fifth foul. Ball goes to Florida State. And we take another timeout. 3:41 remaining. It's the Cal Bears up by 10. Cal leads by 10, 3:41 left in the second half. Florida State, a monumental effort, but right now Cal has played very well. They are not in the lineup with their leading scorer, Andrej Stojakovic, so Wilkinson, his first career start as 16. Rytis Petraitis, his first double-double at Cal. And Mady Sissoko, coach, a career-high 5 blocks to go with a double-double in points and rebounds.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. I think he's been really, in many ways, player of the game, although Petraitis, you can make the case there. And Wilkinson's done what he pretty much does every game. But, again, your leading scorer's down, and you ask your team to step up. They've stepped up because they've faced a really, I think, an aggressive and hungry Florida State team who's given them a lot tonight.
Your Florida State now, down by 10. Under 4 to go. What's the strategy?
Well, you got to put the ball in Jamir Watkins' hands, and he's got to make a play for you.
He spins and does just that. Just didn't go. Ewan with a layup.
Yeah, might have been fouled in the play, but he got to where he wanted to get to.
Ewan makes it a 8-point game.
Yeah, and Coach Madsen talked to his team, specifically the freshman, Jeremiah Wilkinson, say, take some time. We're in the bonus. Let's not be in a hurry. Next time we go to the line, we shoot 2.
Blackshear also has shot a couple long threes early in the shot clock. Not needed with this big lead. Petraitis inside, leaves it for Mady Sissoko. Petraitis with another great assist.
He's just he's a great teammate. I can't say enough about Petraitis. He just really gives you what you need.
Watkins no good. Petraitis with another rebound.
Right, Sissoko's around the basket. That's pretty good return for your dollar. Put it in his hands. He's finished for you.
Florida State cannot go bucket for bucket. They've got to get some stops.
Now you see Cal taking a little more time. Clock's on their side.
Campbell, no good. You in the rebound. Knowles trying to push it. They've got a 5-on-4 as Campbell's trailing. And the freshman Davis lets it in. Campbell now pulls it back. Smartly using some clock. 8-point lead and now under 2 minutes.
They can play the clock out maybe for possession, then Florida State may have to play the foul game.
Ball will stay with Cal.
I don't want to foul now on a short clock. Mark Manson will call a timeout. Instruct his team exactly what he wants on these final 2 seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah, any foul and Cal will be shooting at the free throw line.
And I'm sure he's going to tell his team that, Dave, you got to remind players, sometimes they get amnesia, they get excited. They're coming off a big win against North Carolina State, but now they've got to, try to secure one at home.
Hey, a reminder, we got a full slate of college basketball lined up for you on Saturday, February 1st. That's next Saturday. It all tips off at 2 Eastern with Florida State taking on Boston College, followed by Virginia Tech versus Virginia. Then we'll cap it all off for Stanford battling SMU at 6. It's all right here on the ACC network and the ESPN app. Coach, what's your biggest takeaway of this game so far with, like, Florida State playing with Wilkinson, who's played with foul trouble?
You've got to look at his performance, and again, he's got the start. He's going to get minutes whether he came off the bench or not, but he's delivered. And a lot of times guys go in the starting lineup. Mark Manson and I talked about that previously this season. Do you put him in the lineup, or does he change what he does? Sometimes you like to leave a guy doing what he does, but he has it hasn't affected him starting. He's played awfully well. He's carried this team offensively. He still does what he does. He gets to the rim, uses either hand. He maybe made one mistake down the stretch of this game with that ill-advised drive and turnover, but he's going to give you a solid game, so I like Jeremiah Wilkinson.
He averaged 12 points off the bench. I can tell you what he averages as a starter. 16, because he's only played 1 game as a starter.
Yeah, I could figure that out too. But he's delivered. And the bottom line is, some guys like the pressure and like the opportunity to start, but sometimes they don't handle the pressure. He has handled it, the assignment. I think he's comfortable doing that. It's scary if Cal can get Stojakovic back, to add him now to this mix the way they've played. They put on a pretty good show tonight against a very game Seminoles squad.
He was Cal's first signing under Mark Manson. I'd say it was a good one.
Yeah, no, he was an important signing. Now, they can review this. They're not going to because it's under 2. But I think if you're Florida State, you got to try to get something pretty quick. You can't wait.
It's an 8-point game. Still plenty of time for Florida State. Watkins had to go over Sissoko. Ewan didn't get it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Florida State. Rytis Petraitis says, please review that.
And it's reviewable. It is. That's what players have the right. And plus, it's a free timeout. I like this rule. Florida State's missed so many opportunities, Dave, inside. I bet there's been about 4 or 5 point-blank tips. But let's look at this. I think Watkins probably hit the ball last. And, a birthday guy knows, he's on it. He's going to be a lawyer when he stops playing. He made the right review. But I like this rule, Dave. I like that you can go to the monitor because these are too important of calls. And the officials, we talked with the officials, all 3 before the game, that they acknowledge that the monitor has made their job a little bit easier. They have a tough job, but the monitor can make it easier and definitive.
Looks like that should be Cal ball.
Absolutely.
If it is, you could add to Petraitis' 12 points and 8 offensive rebounds and 13 total rebounds. A pretty good eye for refereeing.
I would say exactly. Let's give it one more look just to make sure. it's got to be, remember, when you review it and change it, Dave, it's got to be definitive. There can't be any question. It's got to be absolutely unanimous.
Do you think that is unanimous?
Well, it depends what angle you look at. The one angle you and I just saw, the second one, looked pretty unanimous. That last one was not as conclusive as I would like to see if you're going to reverse the call. But
this is a big call with
absolutely
1:28 left in an 8-point game.
No, they can cut it to 2 possessions on a made basket if they retain possession. But, you know, you're Florida State. You're talking in the timeout now of maybe who you can foul.
I think it's off Watkins, Coach, but I don't know if they think it's definitive enough.
And that's what they're going to talk about.
To overrule it.
Yeah, that's what they're going to talk about, and it's got to be. That's the rule. You can't invent your own interpretation here. It's got to be unanimous, complete overrule. Now, there's 3 officials. Somebody's got to break the tie.
That's true.
I told them that before the game. Veteran officials, and they are going to keep it here, which I'm okay with, because if it's not definitive, play on. And Mark Manson and his staff will, you know, they understand. They're up now. Look, you're up 8 points.
Florida State will keep it.
Yeah.
And Rytis Petraitis got the first thing wrong he's gotten wrong all night.
Well, he might not have been wrong. We don't know.
That's a good point. Watkins deep in the corner. Defender stays down. Watkins goes up.
Yeah, smart.
He now has 18.
Smart not to foul. You give him that shot. Don't foul. Stop the clock. And now you don't want to turn it over. A good timeout by Cal, because don't look now. It's a 2-possession game. Plenty of time left. So you've got to get the ball in. You're probably going to get one crack at a steal, a trap, and then you're probably going to have to play a little bit of a foul game. I don't know if you can play this all the way down the shot clock, Dave. There's just not enough time really to come back if you let too much time go off the clock.
Coach, Florida State has 2 timeouts left. Cal has 1. Cal's already in the bonus. Cal has a couple fouls to give before Florida State will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, well, I think the more significant, factor now is what do you do if you're Florida State if you don't get a 5 count, a turnover, a 10-second count?
Do you foul right away?
Yeah, then I think it comes across the 10-second line. You got to play the foul game. I don't know that you can exhaust 35 or 30 seconds here. There's just not going to be enough time left on the game. So we'll see. I mean, you got to trust your defense a little bit. You don't concede anything. You try to get a steal if you can. You don't want to give up anything over the top here, though.
In the event of a jump ball, Florida State has the arrow. Cal breaks the press. And there's the foul by Davis.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that. That's you give yourself every opportunity to get a steal, but now you've got over a minute to play, a lot of possessions. Even if you give up 1 or 2 free throws, maybe you come down and get a 3. So you're still in position to claw back in this game. Cal's not out of danger.
So Campbell, who's perfect today from the free throw line, 2 for 2, and is an 80% free throw shooter at the line. First one rolls in.
Home court roll.
Campbell has 9, and the lead is 8. One minute left as Davis goes down the lane. Draws the foul. Let's see if they call that on Sissoko.
Yeah,
they called it on Wilkinson.
That's a good move by the Seminoles, because now you stop the clock and set up your press.
3rd foul on Wilkinson.
And here it is. He's
a little out of control. Now Davis lets the defender fly by. 3-pointer out. Sissoko with another rebound. Campbell's ahead of everybody. Campbell stripped from behind by Davis. What a defensive play.
Yeah, that was a really big-time hustle to come back and stop that from becoming really a dagger, too. You know, again, what do you do if you're Campbell? You think you got a clear layup. You don't really see anybody behind you coming that hard, but boy, that's hustle and pursuit. You could also dribble it out maybe and take some more time, but you know, it's hard when you're full steam ahead to the rim.
Cal got lucky. Ball went out of bounds, but they say off Thomas. The Bears keep it.
Not sure you don't review that too. I would. Gives you a free timeout. Probably going to be a quick foul again. A quick trap and a foul.
Campbell trap, split it. Runner, good. No hoop, no basket. They call that on the floor. Mark Madsen said, what? I played in the NBA. That should have been continuation.
Well, that was a quick trap. You split the trap. You'll see it. Producer all on this. Watch this replay there. There's the reach in. Good call. Not a lot of contact, but you saw it. It was a reach in, stop the clock.
Campbell back to the free throw line. Still perfect. 5 for 5.
You make this a double-digit lead, 10 points. That's going to be tough for the Seminoles. There's just not a lot of time left in this game. But if you're Cal, the last thing you want to do is stop the clock and foul.
Florida State's got to go in a hurry. Watkins for 3. No good. Dang with the rebound. Got it.
You know, you're Florida State. Or you're Cal. I'm okay with that because they had to take a little time to get it up the floor. But it's still, you got to still play the safety game. Turnovers, a no-no. Secure the ball. Who's got the next jump ball? It's Cal. You got to know that coming out of the timeout. So if you get tied up, you're okay. Get tied up. But
you talk about spreading the wealth, Coach. 5 double-digit scores.
Yeah, that's
in points stepping up for Andrej Stojakovic.
No, that's what you got to do. When you're a man down, Dave, you step up, and I think Mark Madsen's team has always preached depth. Their coaching staff has always talked about their depth, and it's really nice to see when your team can step up and give you a performance when you need it. And unfortunately, Leonard Hamilton doesn't have that luxury with 2 of his guys down. So, but you got to play. I mean, you can't feel sorry for yourselves. You got to find some ways.
This ball gets inbounded. Do you foul immediately?
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean, you might get a quick trap, but if they split the trap, you know, here they go deep.
They went 3 wide almost.
Yes, they did.
Now no one gets to Wilkinson to foul him. Now finally, Maluk reaches in.
So there you lose some valuable seconds, and you know you don't probably think that Wilkinson's going to miss free throws. He hasn't missed too many tonight.
No, he hasn't missed any. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, so he's pretty tough. But Cal's got some good free throw shooters and some pretty good ball handlers. But you know, it's a time really to go back, reflect back what Rytis Petraitis and what Mady Sissoko has done for their team tonight has been really notable, and they can build on this. They were very happy to come back with a win against North Carolina State, but they certainly wanted to come back and get a win tonight and just to secure some momentum.
Alir Maluk fouls out. Physical game. Trying to guard Mady Sissoko is going to foul out a lot of people.
Yeah, he was on fire tonight.
27 seconds left. Watkins, no. Sissoko, another rebound. And he is fouled.
Fans starting to finally celebrate. Bears giving their hometown fans something to celebrate for here at school's back in session. And it makes a difference because you got your home crowd, your student section here, and it's been special here through the years. The Cal Band.
Mady Sissoko, 12 points and 13 rebounds. And 5 blocks. Oh, by the way, a career high.
He'll remember this game, and I think the Bears can build on this because he's given them just a real effort. What an effort tonight. And he's an effort guy.
Pretty good stat line. 14 and 13.
Yeah, we'll take it.
5.
We can take it.
Davis with 8 seconds. Bowen hits the 3, but it's going to be too little too late, as there's 4.3 left. Well, Petraitis a little careless on that inbound. Final 3.2 seconds left.
Mark Madsen still can't sit down. That's how it is in coaching, Dave. It's
Never relaxed.
No, you don't. And he's going to win this game. But I'll tell you, this team had to work, and they did. They did. Great effort.
Sissoko, good catch. He doesn't have to do anything. He can run it out. And the Bears with an impressive win without their leading score, 77-68.
Yeah, Dave, I really, you got to give your tip